next scene, the next thing that's going to be happening is the naming ceremony. Yes.
Hey.
What I came here for.
Yeah.
Yes. That'll happen at, let's say the next day, shortly before noon, so that they can have a feast at High Sun Fest. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. They have set up tables out on the cathedral square in front of the Cathedral of Amantor and the small temple to Kelemvor and the in-progress foundation of the Temple of Timora that's going in. You also find out that over at the Kelemvor Temple, the coffin maker is also moonlights as the prop creator for the Valorian's Playhouse. You can do two different things. The food smells so good. They've been roasting the roasted beasts that they've been turning over the spits. They've got all sorts of vegetables. It's late spring, so stuff is starting to come in. Lots of strawberries, asparagus galore, leafy vegetables, and of course, bread and halfling cheese, wax-wrapped pressed cheese.
Some giant wedges of watermelon.
Oh, heavens, yes. Oh, man. There's going to be games afterwards. One of the big one is going to be, there's going to have a competition for the Renyan Sweep, which is where you try to cut the legs out of the other person, and cheating is totally expected and almost required in this game. But first, it's going to be a celebration at the cathedral. The call to the service is done through great chimes that are up in the towers. Instead of bells, they have giant chimes that run the length of the tower that they beat with mallets. Bang, bang, and the echo goes up. And the people start funneling in. The Amantor, the congregation stands. There's no queues in it. However, unless you're a principal or a noble and royalty, which is y'all, so you get to sit on the dais at the high end of the nave where the ceremony is going to be had. I need to know, Quentin, who is carrying the child? Is it you or Lady Verasa? I'm asking for no particular reason.
I will.
Okay.
None whatsoever. I look at the child. Does the child look like Quentin?
You're asking for no particular reason whatsoever.
Interesting you ask that.
Roll a D100.
One thing about the child does resemble Quentin. Like most kids, they resemble their father a great deal. I think it makes easy claiming. But this one has violet eyes.
Ooh.
Like an amethyst?
Yes.
I look at the child. I look at Tig. I look at the child. I look at Tig. Huh. Okay. Weird elf things, whatever.
It definitely has elven heritage in it, with the bluish tinge of the moon elf heritage, I believe Quentin has.
Yes.
Okay. And but the most startling thing were those bright purple eyes. She's a cutie patootie, by the way.
Which is why we're calling her Phelan, Anyway.
The ceremony will be overseen by Tredora Goldenbrow. Delirious will have an opportunity to offer a blessing at the end. I believe you put in a request for that.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Mm-hmm. All the rest of the nobility of the Vale are kept here. That includes Owen Cheskerwill of Brindle, Rolla Haskanar of Brindle. Maybe you remember her. You're the captain of Drellin's Ferry, Sarana and Anata.
Yeah.
If you dealt with her a great deal. She's here. She's now effectively the mayor of Drellin's Ferry. Hargle Trask of Elsker Cross, Erethal Rethu of Marthton, and Clara Neston of Talar. All these names, all the little lordlings that go around, the names will mean more to Quentin. Perhaps you might meet them more and have more talk with them more as this campaign goes on. One thing that happened, Quentin, an old friend, I think is the term that was used, Blanche Lafayette.
Oh, yeah.
sent in her RSVP, but hasn't shown up.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping she would be here.
You will all be seated on the dais in places of honor, and the last to arrive, you'll all be shown in one at a time while they're singing hymns as a great processional. And the last are you and Quentin and Lady Verasa. The greeting is done by Tredora as the hymn comes to an end, and she welcomes everyone, and she does a collect prayer to Abantor, god of sun and being on time. Law. To those who have not met her before, she is an Isomar, and her name, Golden Brow, is pretty accurate. After the collect, she's asked you, Quentin, and Lady Verasa to present your child.
Sure, I practice this many times and go through the steps presenting the child.
All right. Now, we already had the description of her, unless you want to add anything more at this point in time.
She's got my nose. Hey.
She totally does. All right. Tredora, there in front of Amantor and everyone, asks you for the name of the child as part of the ritual.
Her name shall be Phelan Call.
She holds out her hands to take the child from you. As part of the, you were familiar with this as part of the ritual. And she holds it up to the light and asks to blesses it in the light of Amantor with good health. And I need everyone to make me a wisdom check. Sorry, perception check. Wisdom perception check.
Oh, 7.
7.
I'm very into focusing on my kid right now.
Altogether 20.
27. Nat 20, I got 25.
Interesting. The DC is 20. Delirus, all three of you notice the child flinches a bit when she holds it up to the light.
That's interesting.
Bo, you witnessed a very similar type of flinching a couple days ago when you first arrived in Brindle and walked out into the sun with your new hireling.
Yes. That is interesting. Sort of look to Tig. Did you see that? Interesting.
She then turns to the next priest, who is Miram, the High Mourner of Kelemvor, who gives the child his blessing and says, "May Kelemvor judge you with a long life." And no flinching. Tredora then looks to Delirus, offers you the opportunity to come forward and give a blessing on the child.
Little Lady Phelan Call, you have a great life laid out before you. I bless you to be always in the light of Timora's fortune, and also take after your mother.
There's some stickers in the crowd.
I give a chuckle, but still smile.
With that done, Tredora will hold up the child in presentation to the audience like Simba at the beginning of The Lion King, and says, "Behold, Phelan Call, heir of Elser Vale." And the crowd goes, "Woo!" There's cheering and applaud and confetti comes out, and everyone is happy. And then there's a gasp in the audience. Walking through the crowd towards you is an unnaturally tall and supernaturally beautiful woman with wild white hair and a manic grin. She's wearing a dark blue gown that must have been fine at one point, but is now soiled and torn so many times that it's little more than ribbons. She's barefoot and her feet are caked in mud. There's a collective gasp from the crowd as they all step back, and you hear one word, a name, rippling through the onlookers. Bashaba.
I'm so confused.
I don't know who that is.
This is a joke from the beginning of the campaign, and I love it. I'm here for this.
I'm equally as confused.
Oh my God! It's Makashaba. As everyone looks terrified at her, and you watch as Tredora pulls the baby back away from this woman, who is taking in the scene of the cathedral, the nobility, and you. Quite the assembly, nobility, gentry. And then she looks right at you, Delirious, and the lucky.
To what? To what do we owe the honor of your visit, great goddess?
My sister has given you many boons, while I have held my hand. I see a new temple for her, but none for me. I hear praise for her, but none for me. Where's the gratitude? Where's the devotion? Where's my happy ending, luck bringer? Your luck's about to change. Velkyn Weave. The antlers of Bashaba have stretched out about this land and have taken you into their embrace. And you, she points right at you, Delirious. You will build me a temple the equal to Inni in Brendel. Do this for me, and I will spare the veil my horns. Failed me, and this child, she points right at Phelan, will receive my blessing when she turns 12. Chance will be her bane. Good health and long life will be tempered by misfortune. A flip of the coin will always go against her. Her toast will always land butter side down.
Oh no.
But this won't happen, because you're going to give me the devotion I'm due. A temple in Brindle, the equal of every other. And she looks around at the magnificent cathedral to Amantor. I'll be on my way now. I have other parties to crash, uppity to humble, dreams to ruin. But don't worry, I won't be far. Misfortune awaits around every corner. And she turns to walk back out. And then she stops for a moment. Oh, I wouldn't want you to think this is all in jest. So have a little taste of what bad luck can do. She waves her hand over the assembled onlookers. Wisps of mud smoke flow from their mouth and nostrils, and of all the attendees, the onlookers collapse as the smoke leaves their body. The smoke forms into a large column in the center of the cathedral that moves like a snake. Giant antlers seem to be made out of smoke are on its brow. My, that is a lot of bad luck they all brought with them, says Bashaba. She vanishes. And we will begin our next session.
Oh.
in fighting the bad luck monster.
Oh no!
Oh
Bad,
goodness.
bad juju.
Oh,
It's like I'm in a Malifaux game.
and my daughter. We're gonna go god hunting.
Now, yes. As we wrap up for this evening, join in next week when the party tries to fight the terror of Bashaba that she has unleashed upon them by draining all the bad luck out of the town and focusing right at them.